Hello, my name is Michelle. I use the pronoun she, her. Welcome to my living room. This sequence is a variation of how I like to start my class that I teach here for GoodBodyFeel called Be Whole. You don't need any props, just a mat if you have one. Water is always a good call. And I've linked a playlist down below in the comments. If you want to follow along, I'll count us in, but you can, of course, listen to whatever music you want. I'm going to hit play on the playlist in 3, 2, 1. We will start seated. So find a seated position that is comfortable for you. You can be on a couch or a chair. You can prop your hips up with a bolster or pillows. And you don't have to start super still. You can shake things off, make whatever kind of funky noises you want. Maybe you close your eyes or have a soft gaze somewhere that's not a screen. And then once you've kind of settled into your seat, I invite you to find a little bit of stillness. Maybe focusing internally, noticing your breath, where it enters the body, where it exits. Maybe finding a soft gaze somewhere in your space that makes you feel a little bit of calm or joy or comfort. And then nice and slow, start to exaggerate your breath, taking longer inhales, whether it's through the nose or through the mouth. Longer exhales. Get real dramatic with it. Twice more, full breath in, full expansion outward. Exhale, find some contraction, some stable. One more time like that. On your next breath in, drop your chin towards your chest, nice and slow, noticing any tension. And then as you exhale, send the head up towards the ceiling. Keeping with the drama theme, I guess. This is a really dramatic yes. You're nodding yes, super slow. Noticing the stretch at either extreme. Going once more either direction. And then bringing your head back to center, pause. Going side to side, dip right ear, right shoulder. And then through center, other way, left ear, left shoulder. Next time you're back on the right side, take a pause and then follow it up with the left hand, sweep up and over, planting the right. Like a windmill, go over to the other side. Plant one hand, reach with the other. Still finding your breath, maybe still focusing in. Maybe letting your pace be dictated by the length of your inhale and exhale. That might feel nice. Once more, over to the left, and then meet with both arms up towards the ceiling. Take a breath, stretch. And then shoo, sweep the hands down. Send your feet out in front of you. So feet planted, knees up towards the ceiling. Reach your hands forward and then round the spine, start to lean back. We'll do that a few times. So only going back as high as you can curl back up and then lean back. Twice more, lean back. Curl up. Next time you're in that lean back situation, pause. Take your hands, place them back behind you. So you're tucking the pelvis under. Think of grounding the ribs to the floor. Hands can be flat or maybe tented. Take a breath. Walk your feet out a little bit further so you have some more space. Lift the left leg up into center and then lower down. Same thing, other leg, lift up and in. Moving side to side, the range of motion isn't a lot. You're asking your hip flexor to lift the leg. So it doesn't matter how close in towards you the knee goes. Take a couple breaths. Keep grounding the ribs back. Next time the left leg's lifted, pause, send it straight away. Pull it back in. 3 more, out. And in, last 2. All right, last one, leg out and pause. Flex the foot, toes towards the ceiling. 4 times straight towards the floor. Point the toe, pick it up. For 3. Up, up. For 2. Last one, down and hold towards the floor. Take a breath. Maybe getting a little adventurous, lifting one hand or both up towards the ceiling. And then bring that leg back in. Plant it down, curl up. Round the spine, take a breath. Maybe a shake. And then just like that, back up, plant the feet. Tuck the pelvis under, round the spine, lean back. Hands can be forward as we ended or back on the floor. Lift the right leg up this time. 4 times, send it away. Pull it in. And maybe as we start moving, you decide to change where the hands are, testing out, lifting them up or putting them back down. Next time the leg is far, pause, flex the foot, toes up, down, down, up, up. For 3. And up, up. For 2. Next time the leg is down, we hold, press out through the heel, leg is at a hover, take a breath. And then bring your leg back up to center. Plant the feet as slow or as fast as you want to go, roll onto your back. Reaching the arms back behind you, take a breath in. Hitting whatever kind of obstacles your space has for you, and then lower the hands down, rock your pelvis forwards, feel your ribs flaring up towards the ceiling. And then tuck your pelvis under, feel your ribs grounding towards the floor, feel the spine grounding down too. Do that a couple times, rocking forwards and back. All right, next time your spine is tucked under, pause, ground the ribs towards the floor. Either holding here, you can inch your pelvis a little forward just till the tailbone grounds down, but make sure your ribs are being pulled towards the floor. Taking a few breaths, trying to keep the spine stable. You can stay here or interlace your hands, prop up the back of your head. If you're here, really press head into hands, hands into head. Keep your elbows really wide. Take a breath. And then starting with the left leg, lift it up in towards center. Hinge the leg back down. Right away, switch sides and lower. Marching one leg and then the other. Trying to get this march to happen from hinging at the hips. And then we're going to keep adding other elements onto this sequence. If you find a spot that feels the best, the strongest, the most fun, feel free to stay there. So that might be here. Or if you want to add on, next time the right leg lifts up, curl towards it, and then lower back down. Same thing other way. And back. Moving side to side, trying to minimize how much your pelvis rocks forward or rock side to side. So think of really grounding ribs towards the floor once more each way. And then option to stick with this or pause. Lift the other leg up as well. You can hug your knees in towards you or send them further away, take a breath. And then lower the right toes down, pick it back up. Left leg down and up. Option to add that curl, leg down, back, curl up, back, and up. Taking breaks, ensuring that you're still taking full breaths. Back and up. Stay in center, add a little curl, opposite elbow to knee. And then curl it back, other leg down. Curl up. Switch sides. Curl up. For 2. Last one, back. Curl up to center, hold. Straighten the legs out. Take a breath. And then start to lower the legs towards the floor any amount. Take one more breath. As you exhale, give yourself a hug, knees in towards your chest. Say something really kind, maybe rock side to side on the spine if that feels nice. And then pause the rocking, pull your knees up towards your armpits, out to the sides, down and around, massaging out your hip flexors, right where your thigh meets your hip. And then switch directions, same other way. All right, pause in center. Give yourself another squeeze, say another kind thing. And then plant your feet back on the floor. Find a few rocks of the pelvis forwards and backwards. Next time your pelvis is tucked under, so you feel your spine pressing into the floor. Feet can be about hip distance apart, maybe a little wider. Totally up to you once we start moving. Send the knees wide to the side, so drawing a V with the thighs. And then knock your knees back into center. Hands can be on the floor for a little bit extra balance, and the knees wide. Back in. For 2. And in. Last one, wide. Bring the legs back to neutral, back to center. Tuck the pelvis under, lift your hips up and towards a bridge. Only going as high as your ribs can stay grounded down. So think bum up, but ground ribs in towards the floor. Take a breath. And then lift the heels up. Nice and slow, lower to the floor. Once you get there, let the heels come down, rock the pelvis forwards. Again, tuck it under, lift the hips up, finding that bridge. Bum up, ribs down, another breath. This time, holding at the top a little longer, knock the knees wide, wide, and then in, real slow, go wide, wide, in. Kind of antes things up for when the hips are on the ground. All right, last one. Next time the knees are wide, pause. Lower the hips down this time. Knock the knees in towards each other. Press into the heels, lift the hips up. Knock the knees wide. We're drawing a square. Lower the hips down. Knock the knees in. Lift the hips up. Knock the knees wide. A little bit faster for 4. Go down, in, up, and wide. Down, in, up, and wide. For 2, in, up, and wide. Last one, down. Pull in, press up, wide, hold. Take a breath. Slow to start, knock the knees in. Reverse the square, lower the hips down. Send the knees wide. Press the hips up. Knock the knees in. Again, a little faster, down, wide, up, and in. For 3, wide, up, and in. 2, wide, up, and in. Last one here. Send the hips up, hold, knees back to center, take a breath. Lift the heels up high, straight down to the floor, straight up to the ceiling. For 3, and lift. For 2, and up. Last one, press up, final hold, and then lower down, super, super slow. When you get there, let the heels come back down, windshield wiper the knees side to side. Let both knees fall over to the left-hand side. Send the arms wide. You can send your gaze in the opposite direction of your knees, finding a little twist. And then same situation, other way, knees other side, gaze other side. And then let yourself follow the direction of your knees coming to lay on your side. Just as a way to press yourself up into seated, however you want to get there. Whatever kind of a seat you want to find, you can get back on the couch or the chair. Prop your hips back up with pillows. Taking a breath in, send your chest forward, send your head high, arching the back. Exhale, round the spine, chin to chest. Moving through a few seated cat-cows. Thinking this movement, timing it with your breath. Next time you're rounded towards the floor, hold it there. And then bring yourself back up to center. This time, shift your ribs over to the right. So leading with the ribs. And then same thing over to the left. Feeling that sweet, sweet stretch in either side. Maybe feeling like you're doing a little bit of a rigid dance to whatever song you're listening to. Next time you're over to the right, tuck the pelvis, round the spine, end up over on the left-hand side, send the chest forward, drawing these circles with the spine. And then pause in center, switch it up other way. And let yourself move slow. Let this feel as gooey as it possibly can. Once more, take a pause in center, sitting up. Sweep the arms up overhead, take a breath. Exhale, just the right arm down, side bend towards the left. And then find that windmill, pressing into the hand on the floor over to the other side. Moving side to side like that, letting yourself get a little bit of air, pressing into the hand. Feeling nice and lifted once more each way. Next time you're up, pause in center, take a breath in. And then exhale, let the arms come down. We'll do that twice more. Full inhale, reach up. Full exhale. Last one, sweep it up, biggest breath of your day. Let it go. Thank you so very much for joining me on YouTube today. Again, my name is Michelle. Please feel free to reach out. Please join me for a class through GoodBodyFeel sometime, and have a beautiful rest of your day.